Go ahead. Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Nail done, hair done, everything.
Stop. I've had enough. Stop. Note to you and everyone else in the world, not everyone can be fancy, okay? My name is Mzliz.
And I'm StephanieB.
And welcome to Volume 4 of the StunnaShades Chronicles, where you see us.
But we don't see you, baby.
Because we got our hater blockers on. And I know everybody's fancy, right? Because everybody drinks Moscato. That makes you fancy.
Liz, this is Hennessy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to prove the point. If you put Hennessy in a wine glass, I guess that makes you fancy, huh? I don't think people really know the definition of fancy.
Why don't you tell them, smarty pants?
I think I shall. What a great idea, StephanieB. Fancy, defined as imagination.
Liz.
Innovation.
You know what? You might want to take your sunglasses off. You are indoor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought if you wore your sunglasses everywhere you went, even when you're reading, you are freaking fancy.
Yeah, and that goes for the people that wear them at the club, knowing damn well you can't see.
Stop hating. That's fancy. It's also defined as highly decorated, skillfully executed, and excessive. Now that's fancy. You got any examples of fancy, sis?
The girls that wear the pearl earrings with the pearl bracelet with the pearl necklace. Now you're fancy, girl.
I know, they're excessive and highly decorated. Now, that's really fancy. It's almost as fancy as the guys who stand outside the club with all that money in their pocket with their True Religion G's and they want to hook up on the hookup. Now, that's really fancy. They're using their imagination.
That's really fancy. Doesn't beat the girls with the nails done, hair done, everything did. But you go to the bar and you're thirsty.
And you want someone to buy you a drink. Now, that's being innovative. Now, that's really, really fancy. Almost like the guys who wear the white tee, but they got a Gucci belt and Gucci sneakers and a Gucci hat. Now, you're really fine. That's being so, so fancy.
Doesn't beat the girls that surround other people's tables, but when the tab comes,
they out. Now that's so fancy. Steph, you're so fancy.
No, you're so fancy.
It's almost as fancy as girls who spend all day in the hair salon getting their hairstyles done. Now that's fancy.
Yeah, you look like $1 million, but your kid looks like a quarter.
He can't even read, but that's fancy. It's almost as bad as their cousins who go to the mall. Everything's bought on credit cards so they can get air miles, but they don't really know where to go. Now that's fancy.
Now, teaching your kids to be in debt? Now that's fancy.
No. Going to Ghetto Memorial Day weekend every year? Now that's fancy.
You jet setter, you.
I know, I'm such a globe trotter. I'm so fancy. I wear heels I can't walk in. That's fancy.
That's really fancy. How about the guys that are all icy, you so wavy, but you don't have a bank account in your name?
Oh, almost as fancy are the boys who have all those nice cars but don't own that or anything else for that matter. That's really fancy. Almost like the Facebook models. You know that, right? They're really fancy.
Liz, you could be a Facebook model.
Oh, really? You don't think I have the cheek structure to be a real model?
No, but you definitely have the ass. Why don't you post up in a G-string and put that as your profile pic?
I guess if my profile pic was my booty, then I'd be even more fancy than I am. That's great.
That's fancy.
But I don't really get those things being really fancy.
Yeah, I don't either.
I know what's really fancy, though. The person who doesn't like me or you, who's so hooked on the StunnaShades Chronicles, they're watching us now because we're so fancy. Now that's fancy. You're just a breath of fresh air. You didn't wait for a man or his money to start your career. I'm Mzliz.
And I'm StephanieB.
And we're out, StunnaShades 4.